6:30, I'll call the meeting in order. First up, modification and changes.
Nope.
No modifications, changes, but nobody's here from the public tonight. So review and approval for the minutes of December 10th. That was our last trustee meeting. They look fine, no errors, nothing left out. I'll hear a motion to accept.
I'll move.
I'll second that.
Heather with the first, Leonard with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Budgets.
Let's start with the truck, if you want, since you guys are already kind of looking through that. Alan was able to obtain the third quote from Altech. It's a bigger truck. It's like in between our two bucket trucks as far as size right now. I know there's a big price difference. Preference would be the Kylie. One from Kylie for $270. But we've had good luck with custom with our digger truck too. So, and I believe the custom and the Kylie quote are apples to apples, basically. The Altech is a little bit bigger of a truck, and
Remember Alan saying it has 4 downriggers instead of 2. It is bigger, so they like this little bit bigger sized truck, but at the same time they like the smaller truck so they can get into places.
Yeah.
Maybe get onto some lawns or something that they can't with a bigger truck.
And
They're all 4-wheel drive though.
yep. And again, we're looking at probably 18 months to 2 years, so most likely 2026 budget that we'll start to see this by the time we get it ordered and built and shipped here.
That's something I didn't ask. I know with custom one they didn't require any money down, did the other two, you know?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I didn't specifically ask that, but from talking with Alan and what we went through before, we have up until literally they're ready to ship us the truck to back out of it, because we'll have another utility that would most likely pick up the truck, so.
And this requires us to, like, it's also that the order is contingent upon village meeting day and the budget passing too, right? Is
No,
that how?
not for the electric fund.
Okay, because it's not. Great.
General
Thank you.
fund, yes.
That makes
Electric
sense.
fund, no. You guys
Yeah.
basically can approve which one, we can get it ordered, and then we'll finance it when the time comes.
And this is without taxes or,
Shipping fee should be there, about taxes.
Yeah,
there's the excise? Federal excise tax?
Don't believe we paid
Oh,
anything on.
are we municipalities? We don't?
Yeah,
okay.
I say don't believe we paid anything on the digger truck when we purchased that. There will be warranty. They obviously didn't put the prices on here if we want to look at additional warranty, so we would have to reach out on Kylie. I think it was the same thing with custom one. We purchased a little bit more on the warranty, and it was a few grand more.
I mean, I'm thinking custom one is the way to go. I know there's a preference on Kylie, but is it $50,000 worth of a preference?
I think they honestly, at the end of the, I mean, you talked to them too, but they just want to get one in the chute and ordered, and
Because they're the same truck, the same body on it.
yeah, I know Alan said they have a little more things they need to tweak with a custom one, some add-ons, so it may be, I don't know how much more the toolbox and everything he was telling me about today is, so you would be looking at a little bit more, but I don't have a.
So the sale price of the 221, that is subject to change?
Yes.
So how do we make a motion to order a truck if we don't know the exact price?
Well, it's 2 years out too. I don't know if they're gonna lock. I would assume they would pretty well lock into that. Well, you'd have to make a motion down the road to approve the financing dollar amount, so you could
We're not approving the financing there, we're just approving to move forward with the
order a truck.
Right, but I don't want to move forward with
Yeah.
ordering a truck and have it come back in 100,000 over.
I get what you're saying.
So if we can have them lock this in at a 221, that's what we're going to pay for this spec truck 2 years down the road. I say we pull the trigger.
And I don't know if the toolbox is something that we have to get through them, or if we can just purchase that separately.
Yeah.
I would say, if you're at major decision, let's get it going and ordered, and then we can figure out that maybe pieces, parts after we factor into the
Yeah.
budget that year that we get it too.
And you'll probably pay a lot less, we could buy it just with operating funds or
Right,
whatever.
exactly.
Put it on ourselves, if it's small enough.
Yep.
What do we think?
Works for me.
I know it's expensive, but you gotta have it.
I will give you fair warning. He was telling me Swanton is going through replacing their bigger bucket truck, which is what we refer to as 102, $500,000. That thing's a 2017 that we have, but just the prices are just outrageous all around.
But the one we have looks like it'll be good for a while.
Yeah, we don't use that one as much. 105 is the smaller one that we're looking to replace. This is a go-to one. The 102 is in pretty good shape. Hell of a lot better.
That's the big
That's
Freightliner.
the bigger one. That's the one Alan really likes.
Well,
These are all Fords. Have you looked into, like Toyota or any other kind, Chevrolet?
I don't know if this Toyota doesn't make
no,
one big
they're
enough.
super big. So Ford used to make medium duty trucks. They're in between a pickup and a big truck.
Yeah,
And they stopped for a long time, but now they're starting to make them again. Because there's not very many medium duty.
I will tell you the one that we have now is a Dodge, and we've had nothing but problems with it.
I don't
Okay.
think it was framed and physically built to carry what we
Do what
carry.
they're
Yeah,
doing.
no.
Yeah,
It's a much smaller truck.
yes.
Yeah, because it's a 3/4 ton almost.
Because really your options are those Chevrolet International joint venture HX series, or not HX, something like that. I don't know, it's like a pickup, but Montgomery's got one and they've had nothing but problems with it.
Yeah. And we have, is it, what's yeah, we have the 550, the highways, a Ford,
Yeah.
right? And we've had relatively good luck with those trucks, so.
So I motion that we order one from Custom One with that $221,753 number, provided that they lock us in at that price.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
Second?
I'll second.
Heather, the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
All right.
Ouch.
Yeah, that would hurt. In front of you, the first two we'll talk about are the ones that look like this, that say Elm Street sidewalk. Behind it is the general fund budget. I reached out and had a meeting with Deirdre. She was able to get some numbers back to me from Peoples. I didn't reach out anywhere else at this point. I'll be 100% honest, nobody has come close to even touching their rates, but this is regarding the Elm Street sidewalk, so to finance 85,000. I did a 3-year and a 5-year. The 3 years, 3%, 5 years, 3.5%. If we go 5-year by taking that out of the budget, it's 1.52% increase overall in the budget. Going the 3-year, 3% would be a 2% increase over the budget. So financing Elm Street sidewalk makes the tax rate a lot happier. Other than that, there was a couple minor tweaks to like our Sylvester's trash removal. There's some minor increases there. Training, we had a couple small tweaks, but other than that, nothing really changed in the general fund budget other than taking Elm Street out. And nothing really that you have to make a decision on tonight. We do have a little bit more time in January if you guys want to take time to read through this and kind of digest it. The other 3 budgets, again, minor tweaks from the last meeting just because we did have a couple price changes on a couple things. I guess my ask would be not to approve any of these, and I'd rather wait till January 10th to approve them because just at the end of the day, Lori sent me one more price change on something. So just to give us time for vendors, if they're making any end of the year adjustments, I think holding off on these 3, unless there's something different you guys want to see, but they're minor changes from the last time. The last thing is just also on financing between AMI, NISC, and hydro crack repair. None of this is gonna affect the budgets until 2026 because we are not gonna term out the line of credit till the end of all the projects. So we're not estimating to be done all the projects till the end of next year with AMI. So it would be a 2% interest for anything that we draw on throughout the year. And then we had to run a 15 and a 20 year. And she's not 100% that we can do annual payments, which is actually okay. I may see if we can do quarterly just from a cash flow perspective. But those are the 15 year is at 4 1/4 and 20 years 4 1/2.
It really doesn't seem horrible.
No, it doesn't.
But then the 2% 12 month, is that doable?
Yes, that's just on the interest. So anything that we draw down on that line of credit next year while all the projects are happening. So basically they'll set up $1 million line of credit. We may not draw the full $1 million. It's gonna depend on the price of the projects and
Right.
stuff. So we only pay interest on what we draw down. So
For
realistic,
the first,
for the first year.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
and realistically, I'm probably not even gonna get this line of credit going until May, June, when we start doing NISC and AMI, because AMI we can draw down off the grant to start with. And I've got to get the hydro crack scheduled, but most likely it's not gonna be until the summer months. So it's 12 months from like May that we have on the line of credit, and then we'll term out in 2026, because knock on wood, AMI will be done by then.
I mean, I recommend, 12 or 15.
15 and 20.
I mean, if we can, okay, we don't have to decide right now, but 12 months or the 15-year
Term.
term would probably be best because, AMI, NISC, you get to 20 years, you're probably by 15 years, or whoever's here, hopefully not me. You'll be looking at probably another AMI meter swap out and or an NISC, might be looking at a new building at that point, I don't know, depending on what the world looks like, but.
The one thing I will say with NISC is it's cloud web-based, so I think the updates, and we can reconfigure, so yes, there's a chance, but I'm hoping, knock on wood, hoping we won't have to, but John's absolutely right with AMI meters, so I would agree with the 15-year. And again, that's gonna be split primarily electric, but it is also going to hit all the other funds as well because of the other projects.
Yeah. And really, if you're doing quarterly, that's only like 30 grand.
Right.
In everyone quarterly.
Right. Exactly. So from where I sit and looking at everything, I think this is the way to do it, to lump all these, consolidate all of these projects into one loan. And then internally, I'll just create a tracking sheet for the breakdown. And then 2026, so it's just gonna be another principal payment. It's gonna be added to the budget. But by then, for general fund, I think we'll have a couple more of smaller things paid off, so that it should be kind of a wash. And we're gaining on the other funds, it's not as huge of an impact for it. And 2026, we're probably gonna be looking at another rate case for electric anyway. And the PUC really honestly wants us to finance everything.
Smoother if we have debt.
Yep.
And then what would they say our lost generation was? How many % from that crash?
7 to 10. Maybe.
Yeah, like so we could gain with how much water we're losing, we could gain anywhere from like 7 to 10% more production.
So pretty much enough to make the payment.
Yeah.
Correct. No, the 300, the crack repair has the potential to basically pay for itself. And a lot of the fees or the costs is, I think, we do have to, I don't believe we have to put in a dam, we have to stop the water, so there's a lot of mobilization and kind of prep work with it.
Okay. You don't need anything from this yet.
No, it's just basically, I mean, my recommendation would be moving forward with financing those projects. We'll do the 1 year line of credit I'll open it up as we get closer. I'll revisit it and have this conversation again, just so it's fresh with everybody.
Yep, right when
before we do anything, and then, term it out at the end, and then 2026, that's when we'll see the impact, so that gives us time to kind of finagle things a little bit. And like I said, the only changes to the other 3 budgets, like I said, trash went up, there was training went up a little bit for the electric, we finalized on a few numbers. Other than that, I haven't changed anything. I still, with a 2% increase for water, nothing electric, nothing wastewater, and then we're looking at, give or take, around 2% if all stays for the general fund.
The only minor change, Northwest Access TV, I can share the letter if you'd like, but essentially, the way they're funded, a lot of their funding comes from cable companies, and they get a certain percentage of cable customer sales. Has to go back, their gross goes back towards Northwest Access TV. With the dwindling amount of cable customers out there, their revenue from that source is going down. We paid
$665 last year.
$665. The request is something more of that. They didn't really give, I mean, they made a suggestion of 4,000, but I guess anything above and beyond the 650 would be appreciated. You can look at their letter if you like. If we did, that'd be split. Does that split between all 4 funds?
Generally 25% across all 4 funds.
Yeah.
4,000.
Yes, said it was $665, which covered from July of '23 to June of '24. And then they just sent that invoice. So normally they would have sent us an invoice in July. That must be restructuring, I would assume, looking at their price structure.
Yeah, from July to June.
That's a proposed amount. I mean, something we could do less.
I don't know. When do we need to have a decision by? I mean, I know we need to put papers in for budgets.
Yeah, we don't need to decide on the number for budget. Correct.
We don't have to pay for it, right? It's just a donation-based kind of deal.
That's an actual bill, but yeah, I think anything above and beyond would be a donation.
Yeah,
So what's the actual bill?
it does, I mean, without actually talking to them, I don't think they've actually sent a bill. They would like to see us pay them $4,000. We generally pay around $600.
But we have got a couple months, we got from July that we owe them, basically.
No, this expired July of '24, or June of '24. So yeah, so those,
Right.
whatever those months, because if you break it,
So we already owe them $300, basically.
basically, yeah.
I guess, yeah, is there a number you want to put in there for the budget above and beyond?
And another
Essentially $55 a month is what this works out to be.
What the proposed,
No.
No,
Currently.
what we've been paying.
I think we should definitely increase it.
The 4,000 works out to be $333 a month.
I would say closer to 15 or 2,000.
I was thinking $1,500.
I'm thinking 52,000. It's very good that we have this means of sharing our meetings. I know there are community members who watch it. And it keeps them up to date on what's going on.
And budget for 1,500? 2,000? Is that 2,000 on top of the,
It's 2,000 total.
just 2,000 total? I don't know, I like 1,500, that's more than double. Whatever, I don't care.
You tell me. You're the boss.
We'll just pencil in 1,500 and we'll see what the rest of the board says.
Okay,
That works.
I can do that. Did you have anything else budget-wise that you want me to put before you? Are you comfortable with everything? We do have a little bit of time because I can email out to, or our next meeting right now isn't until January 14th. If we need to do one sooner, obviously we can. I guess, tell me where you guys are at comfort level-wise with things. I know it seems like we've been short and sweet and quick this year, but we've tried to keep it pretty simple.
Well, the kind of cliffhanger was that Elm Street one.
Yeah.
So as long as we can get that happy, what were we leaning on for that anyway, the 5 or the 3?
I mean, you're either 1.5 or 2% either way. I feel like a 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other.
Right, yeah, it's not.
Sidewalk's gonna last longer. I mean, cash flow wise, 5-year.
Talking a $250 payment versus a $216 payment.
Yeah, and it's a $4,000 roughly difference
Wait, hold on.
in
Anyway.
interest over the,
1,500 versus 24.
Yeah. From a cash flow cash flow perspective, the 5-year, and I don't think it's a huge amount more in interest.
looks like from reading it right, it's almost 4,000.
No, you're talking $2,700
Yeah, okay.
a year versus $2,100.
So if we went with the 3-year, 3%, the total amount of interest we pay is $4,000. If you go with a 5-year, we'd be paying closer to $8,000. So Heather is right, we'd be paying about $4,000 more in interest if we went 5-year. And I think they would be fine swinging the higher amount on the 3%. So it is about a $900 difference a month.
Which is substantial enough.
Yeah.
I'm okay with a longer term. Usually I'm a short term, low interest
But we
rate.
know that the sidewalk's also gonna last.
Yeah,
Like
no.
3 times that term too. I get what Heather had, I totally get the interest, because trust me, I hate to pay more too, but
Yeah.
it's gonna,
Yeah, I just don't want to get us in a spot where we've been working really hard to get out of having too many loan payments and all of the interest. So I'm just,
I could pull together, and I meant to for this meeting and it just didn't work out, what we have for a debt load, update what we have for a debt load with the general fund, because we did pay some stuff off over the last couple of years, and I believe we have a couple more that are pretty close, so I can follow up on the debt load.
thank you. And is there a penalty for paying early? So
No.
if like we were to pay something else off and decide to just take that money and put it into this one, could we do that?
We could, there is no
Okay.
prepay.
That would make me
Prepay
feel a little more
penalty.
comfortable with going a little longer if we had that, if that's a potential.
As long as we don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, we have this extra money, what are we gonna do with it?
I can
Always be, can we just pay something off? Get rid of that debt.
I will
Yeah.
follow up on what the current debt, I just need to update my spreadsheet. It's just a little outdated. We've paid a couple off since then, and I know we've got a couple that are coming in the next couple of years, so.
Cool, nice, yeah, that'd be really helpful.
Yep.
Last time or so we were talking about, are we done with the Elm Street? That trash thing, and I wasn't sure if we wanted to move forward with putting something in the budget to do that. How we wanted to maneuver with that. There's no like specific amount of money from what I'm seeing from what Richford's done. I still like, yeah, because it looks like, so Richford just did it by donation for getting rid of trash. I still wonder if the place could just Do they just not staff it? Is that why it's by donation? Like they've got the dumpster there and it's not staffed? And like...
No, they just, again, because there's a few folks in the town that got excited about some of the yards and stuff, so they started it and they donated the money. So I think that's what started the donation concept of, well, let's keep people that want to drop off stuff and allow them to donate as well. I mean, there is probably folks that will take advantage of it just for the ease factor.
Yeah.
They may not have the ability to lug something all the way to Highgates, but they can get it down to maybe, our highway department or something.
Yeah, I'm sure the community would love this.
So yeah, I'm sure again, the initial process was people came in and said, we want to help clean this up, and here's some money to get things started. The second year, it sounds like it was just more, it got rolling, and then they took donations at the door when you showed up and dumped your trash. And again, the second year, they did charge for mattresses and tires. First year they didn't. It was, again, it sounded like it's pretty volunteer based. They had one town person, highway department person there helping out, but they did do some pickup, and that was also voluntary. They had someone going around with a pickup truck, and if somebody couldn't, they asked that they call the office prior to, and they'd set it up, they'd go pick it up and bring it to their town garage.
How did that work? Was it like a weekend kind of deal?
It was a Saturday, yeah, I think it's, I don't remember exact hours, I think it's like a Saturday morning or something like that.
But they have a set date, like one in the
Set.
spring, one in the fall?
Exactly.
Not just like a, not like big
Oh,
show.
okay, yeah, just a set date,
So it would have to be staffed.
yeah. I mean, we usually staff someone for Green Up Day. We didn't last year, because the year before it wasn't that successful. The year before, we did the whole green bag, and whoever brought the most green bag competition with the rec department. But they didn't do it last Green Up Day. But yeah, I'm sure like Kevin would sit there for the morning and help out.
Saturday morning.
I feel it's not even the whole day either, from like 91 or something.
Yeah, I think it's.
What about this? Do we have any money budgeted for a green up dumpster? Who's the base for that? At our town garage?
We pay, again, 2 years ago, we did pay, I think it ended up being $200. Yeah, I think it was
We were
$200.
one of the drop-off places, not.
Yeah, we got,
Yeah, we rented a roll-off,
we
right?
had to, but no, it was just an extra dumpster,
Oh.
6 yard or something like that.
Because you're probably thinking more bulky, big, like front porch couches.
Yeah, yeah.
So we would need a roll-off. But
And again, I would set some kind of a fee to that.
for, yeah.
Couch, mattress, lazy
That makes
boys,
sense, yeah.
tires.
So I know Sylvester's charges $20 to get rid of a mattress. So it'd be $20 for mattress and furniture, and then $5 a tire to help offset some of the cost. If we can do it in the spring and it works, we'll do it in the fall again. So I don't know how much a roll-off is. It should be under $1,500, huh?
Yeah.
So do you want to budget $1,500 for a roll-off and then have somebody staff it green up? Charge for the big items, but everything else people can throw in for free. And if we get enough momentum, revenue, what have you from that, then we can start a volunteer-based fall one where people can donate and then still charge for the mattresses and tires.
I'd be done with that. I think, yeah.
Just try it.
We have a metal dumpster already there. Just make sure it's empty. Obviously no charge on that, but.
Yeah.
So we have a metal dumpster, and then a regular roll-off dumpster.
So do the first one around Green Up Day?
Yeah, I was thinking green up weekend or whatever. I think it should be on a weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if it should be a Saturday and a Sunday. We'll see how full the dumpster gets, but is that too much? No, 1,500.
Probably not, depending on what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And then
I have no idea how much it costs to rent but just out.
I want to say $200 was sticking in my mind when we did that last one.
But then that's probably just for the container, but then you gotta pay
No, that was dumped.
for everything too?
Yeah.
Can we get 1,000?
It was
Just to be
69.
safe, because if you get a lot of big, if you're gonna be promoting it for bigger items.
What was the largest number on Rickford's? 28?
27, 29. And that was, well, no, the total cost was 5,500.
For
The
one
cost to the
weekend?
town was 2,700.
And that was just for one time?
It just says May 11th.
Yeah, that's just one.
So yeah, I guess 1,500 at least. That seems like a lot, unless they had multiple.
Oh, yeah, is that the week, the time that they had both Casella and Weatherby?
Looks like it.
Because the second time they got both, so that they could do the bigger stuff went to Casella, and then that's probably what was expensive. And then the smaller stuff went to Weatherby.
Either are tires.
Yeah, they had $951 for tires,
Yeah.
600 to Weatherby's, 2,500 to Casella.
We should probably check in on how much it takes, cost to get rid of a tire. I think it's like
$5.
seven, it is $5.
It's $5.
It's 5 for a non-rim
Mine
and
last
8 for rim. Rim and tire.
5 and 10, make it easy.
Yeah. And we can check too, we'd have to check with the town, because through Northwest Solid Waste District, we're allowed so many free per year. But that usually includes cleanup day. And it's both the village and the town. It's all Enosburg. So,
Do they never put a dumpster out in there,
who,
in town?
for like this type of thing?
No, the green up day.
The only, I mean, that's the only time we've done it, is we did it that day.
Right, over here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we can check in on that and see if there's any money available or free drop-offs or whatever, and if so, great, then that could help us.
Well, I know there's the free tires, I just have to double check with Billy Joe or with,
Yeah, like I said, there's only so many, and
I think
it's
it's
for the village
200.
and town.
I think it's 200.
Sounds about right.
200 tires for a while?
Yeah. You'd be surprised, we pulled, what was it, 26 out from that house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think, there was like 14 over the bank that you couldn't even see. Yeah, so when we have that, we just have to double check with the town. Just so they don't really drop off 50 tires. Like, you already used your 200 tires or. So that'd be the biggest thing, I can just get with Joey and advise we're doing this.
That'd be great. And then similar question, a community member has approached me a couple of times wondering about offering some extra cleanup bags just to keep at the library for if they want to do some cleanup, and some gloves because they don't want to, understandably, they don't want to pick up trash with their bare hands. I don't know if that's something that.
Doesn't the town get bags from the state?
I don't know.
I know when I worked at Bakersfield, the state provided all the green bags.
But I guess they seem to go away right after Green Up Day.
Well, they're kind
So-
of regulated.
Okay, yeah. 'cause
If
they
you have
want
a
to be
green
able
bag, it's free. You set it down next to the road, they grab it, right?
I think so, yeah.
So
They
you
want
can't
to be
put
able
your
to keep,
household garbage in a green
they want to
bag.
be able to go around the village and keep it clean. But they'd like to have access to gloves and some bags to be able to do that.
We'll leave bags out, I mean, we put bags out already at the highway department. We can do it like the dog food bags.
Yeah,
We can just order an extra case of bags, it wouldn't
Yeah.
cost that much.
and it's just some.
Well, will they only take them during a certain time?
What we have lined up with the folks that are down over the bank at the tent is they're gonna bring the trash bags up, leave them by the side of the gate, and the guys will throw them in if they're not around.
When they're leaving for good?
When they're leaving.
Or just,
That's the whole bag.
yeah.
No, for the time being, I guess.
Huh. But no, I think the green bag thing is just for green up.
It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought maybe it was, but like they were just thinking like just in general to be able to have access to
We
have some
could
garbage
give them
bags.
gloves, yeah.
Yeah,
What's a
maybe
few
we
gloves
could ask,
Yeah.
It's like he's good at finding stuff.
Yeah.
We can order a couple boxes of gloves.
would we just keep them here or should we check in with maybe the library and see if they would be fine leaving some for access?
Want to leave them wherever the bags are?
We'll either do it here or at the highway, but let me check with Ken,
Okay,
because we don't want people just wandering through looking at it.
alright.
When they're not there, it's
Yeah.
locked up.
I mean, I don't mind actually, I guess probably here would be
Here
fine
would
too.
probably be the best.
During business hours here, we'll say 99% chance that will happen.
Okay, so I'll just let them know that I'll update them later. They'll be excited, happy that people want to keep the
Yeah,
village
if they
clean.
want help, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Amy Brewer would be happy to do like formal butt litter cleanup anytime too. August is a very specific initiative that she does, but like we want to do it a couple more times a year and just encourage people to come with, and there's a place to send them so that they're recycled and filtered out and stuff and not destroying the waterways. Which is no cost to us to have her come up and kind of support doing that. We're kind of hoping to have one scheduled for the fall, but it just didn't work out, schedules and stuff.
Yeah, if you want encouragement to do the story walk, that'd be good.
It's a pretty, I haven't been down there in a while.
And if you folks want to, so I went down, went over this meeting two ago down there. I gotta go back down. Do you want to if either the light department or the highway department's okay with cleaning up the tree? There is a tree right over that staircase. I've never been down there before. There's a staircase
Yeah,
as you come off almost a corner of our fencing over there.
yeah.
The staircase, it kind of like a little brook or something that runs right there. So it's not passable right now. I don't know, I gotta call Mrs. Brown anyway, but should we offer up our services and clean that tree up?
Yeah.
Yep. One other question. If we're putting aside money for that green up trash thing, do you want to just have a trash line item?
We can.
That way if if Amy needs some money, we have a little left over or whatever, we can, anything trash related.
I'll create a new geo.
No, it's not specifically earmarked.
Okay.
All right, anything else? If there is, I'll shoot you an email.
Yeah,
So I
just
can
if
think
you
of
think of
it, right?
something between now and our next meeting, just text me,
Yeah.
call me, shoot me, send me an email.
I'm just trying to, I guess, keep our heads down for.
That was kind of the game plan next year, is to try to fly under the radar.
Yeah, till everything calms down, if everything calms
Yeah.
down. All right. We have some executive, but before that, any other business? If there's no other business, I will make a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing matters in which premature public knowledge may compromise the position of the municipality.
So,
Line with first? Or sorry, he's second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. All right, executive.